So we're back with another one, and honestly, I'm excited for this because in talking with Killdeer, he said, "Do you know about this band?" And I said, "No, I've never heard of them." He said, "Dude, they're like really popping off right now, and this music video is really just it's just blowing up on YouTube and on the internet." So he sent me this link and he wanted me to blind react to this. So without further ado, let's watch it.
Diamonds on my tennis. I've been playing like tennis. Grand slam like tennis. You the one tryna finish. Ice on my teeth, ice on my teeth, ice on my teeth for my white teeth. Ice on my teeth, ice on my teeth, ice on my teeth for my white teeth. 손목에 거친 롤러, 목에 들은 나이스. 무거워 떨어지는 make it rain. make it 이름에 손으로 챙겨오는 다리. 세계에 불어나서 그래 바뀐 닮아. 어머나 몸에 감기는 어찌 열오르면 땀방울은 쉼표 마침 1더하기 1을 하면 2 위에 아이스체인 빛이 계속 사지. 난 지금 마치 바이올린 맨 위에서 부르지. 이름 끝은 priority 먼저 한 티 여전히. 난 시작부터 main course 서로 먹지 닮은 cut. 관심 없어 love call 씹어버려 keep them shut. Got my money on my teeth. I put diamonds on my daddies. I've been playing like tennis. Grand slam like tennis. You're the one trying to finish. Ice on my teeth, ice on my teeth, ice on my teeth for my white teeth. Ice on my teeth, ice on my teeth, ice on my teeth for my white teeth. 나는 몇 개, 우리 8개. 우리 어때? 너는 뭔데? 저기 저 철새, 날이 맞네. 시간 없지, 우린 making money. 나는 tic-tac-toe, 내가 마침 pro. 지금 이 게임에 새겨 이름 색을 떠. 바로 make it flow, 그냥 getting close. 웃음 위에 보여 반짝이는 shining stone. 암막 도루미, 장갑 차차 도루미. 그냥 말하고 내 애선 보기 쉽지 않으니. 애차하면 구름이, 끝이 없는 보름이. 감사하지 준비되게 미소 flooding. Ice in my chest or ice in my mouth. 씹어 먹어버려 바로 yeah like this. 초콜릿 갖다 hit that way. 난 지금 마치 바이올린 맨 위에서 부르지. 이름 끝은 priority 먼저 한 티 여전히. 난 시작부터 main course 서로 먹지 닮은 cut. 관심 없어 love call 씹어버려 keep them shut.
Wow.
Diamonds on my tennis.
Wow, that's cool.
I've been playing like tennis. Grand slam like tennis. You're the one tryna finish. Ice on my teeth, ice on my teeth, ice on my teeth for my white teeth. Ice on my teeth, ice on my teeth, ice on my teeth for my white teeth.
That is cool. That's a really cool video. I loved. Oh man, there's so much we gotta talk about. This is amazing. I love the transitions. I just thought were so well done. I thought the aesthetics, the props, and everything was just you guys have heard me say before. This kind of thing they don't shoot it in one go. This takes like multiple, redos and reshoots and everything. And so, especially, since this is also very well choreographed, you can definitely tell, the camera angles had to be right on par. They, just everything about it had to be right on par. And obviously, these guys, they're like brothers. And, I'm sure that there were times when they tried to look serious, but they probably started laughing a little bit. So they probably had to do another take. Like, I'm sorry. Like, okay. Like, we can do it this time. But I like this a lot. And I love the fact that they with every K-pop group that I get introduced to, the lyrics are always so well written, and there's always such a good beat to the lyrics and to the music in general that I think it's great. Like, I wish I would have known about this 20 years ago. But there's something I really want to talk about, and I love the fact that right here at the very beginning, I love this right here. You see this right here. You see their symbol for their group. If I can get it to the right spot, that is. I think that's such a cool visual effect as a videographer. Like, I think that's very cool. And I love the fact that he's the focal point. And that was a cool transition right there. I loved that it was the towel that he was just resting his arm on that was the transition.
I've been playing like tennis, grand slam like tennis. You the one trying to finish.
Those transitions are amazing. I love that.
Ice on my teeth for my white tee. Ice on my teeth.
And I love how it goes from being inside this, this kind of intimidating inside aesthetic to outside.
Ice on my teeth for my white tee. Ice on my
Without a blink of an eye.
Ice on my teeth. Ice on my teeth.
And this is gonna sound like a total nerd, but when I see this, it reminds me of a Batman reference. I'm a comic book nerd. You guys know this. You know that I'm a comic book nerd. Like, I grew up with comics. I grew up watching the Batman series. The 90s Batman cartoon, all those kind of cartoons. That's what I grew up with. And when I see this reminds me of, there's a series of comics in the Batman comics, the DC comics, called The Court of Owls. And that's what this reminds me of, these mysterious figures who are secretly pulling all the strings in Gotham City. They're the ones that, they pay off the mayor, they pay off, police officers, they pay off all these highly valued people in the city to get what they want. And so when I first saw this, that's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of the Court of Owls. I love that one right there. That's such a cool transition. I love this right here. That right there. And this is one thing I talk about a lot in, having these shots where they just kind of zoom out. That's such a very well done feature, and if you can get that down, man, you are golden. Court of Owls, I'm telling you, and I love that shot. It's the aerial shot where and it kind of reminds me of a Batman movie, to be honest with you, where they're all just kind of planning their next decision on how they're gonna, take over Gotham more, and they're just wondering like how they're gonna deal with Batman. I don't know. I'm a comic book nerd. Don't judge me. That's such a good shot where it's just like, and just there's so much about this right here. I love the fact that it goes from you see in this ice cube that's being melted, and this singer right here that's he's really getting into the lyrics. He's trying to show his true emotions, and I love the fact that he goes from a really cold room to a very he's behind a fire, and it's so well storyboarded that this just reinforces the fact that this probably took a long time to plan, to shoot, and to edit. And that's so cool. All the dancers. And I like this right here. I think that is so cool that, he's this dark figure with all these dancers that are running to the sides of him. I think that's so cool, and I love the fact that, they're talking about diamonds, and, oh man, so cool. And I have to point out, I wish I was that muscular. I'm not gonna lie, I wish I was that muscular. That takes a lot of training. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother subject for a whole nother channel. And I'm not that person. So if you're coming to me for health fitness tips and to try to get bulky like that guy and get buff, well, you're at the wrong channel. I'm sorry. It's just how it is. That's such, and that's, I really like this. I really thought this part really caught my eye, you know. It's like, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, there's a music video from one of my favorite groups called One Republic, where it's all the right moves in all the right places. That's what this reminds me of, because that whole music video from One Republic is all about a masquerade ball. And that's what this reminds me of, you know. It gives off that essence, that feeling of this is something that's important, but at the same time, like, it's so well choreographed and so well, like, planned out that it just looks like it's just so natural. And I love that.
You're the one trying to finish. Ice on my teeth, ice on my teeth, ice on my teeth for my white teeth, ice on my teeth, ice on my teeth, ice on my teeth for my white teeth.
And this one, this was weird. I'm not gonna lie. Like, so as a kid, I've always had an interest in ventriloquism. I can't, you know what I mean. But I was never really good at it. You know, I see these things like on America's Got Talent. I see all these other things like on YouTube and all these other things where you have these ventriloquists who are so well done with this, and I've always been kind of jealous. But this was just kind of, I thought this was interesting that they would add this in, because like I wasn't expecting it. Man, those transitions are amazing. And that's such a cool thing. And you know that was not an easy set to create. Having a car, having the people around it, and making sure that, number one, that it was a sturdy enough table, or maybe that could even be pallets. I wouldn't be surprised if that was pallets. But knowing that all the forethought and the planning that went into this, man, I would love to be a part of one of these productions one day. And I loved that transition. I just barely noticed that. I thought that's so cool. You know, right there when the chandelier drops, it's just a new scene. So cool. And I love that. I really liked that. You know, you have these guys that they're in heist masks, and you know they're playing chess. And as it zooms out, like again, there's that zoom out, that pan out shot that I always talk about. I love that so much. Right there. See, like, I really liked that transition. That one really impressed me. You know, you go from where he breaks the glass and he's playing the piano, and then it goes to this. I think that's so cool. So cool. That's such a cool shot where you just see him, you know, with the lighter, and he's just, it's very secretive and dark, but I like it a lot. I really like this. I thought this was really cool. That's such a cool shot. You know that had to be like multiple cameras to get these shots.
You're the one trying to finish. Ice on my teeth, ice on my teeth, ice on my teeth for my white teeth.
Zoom in and pan out. Oh man, I love it.
Ice on my teeth for my white teeth.
And I love that right there. That's such a cool shot. You know that took some time. That took probably at least 2 or 3 tries, maybe more. And that's man. These guys, they know what they're doing. Like every other minute I'm stopping because I'm just amazed. Like, this is really amazing. And I think that's such a cool shot because that's something that's not easy to do, especially like, you know, with the various camera angles. And obviously, you know, some of that is obviously the fire is CGI. Like, you know, they're not going to put him in a dangerous situation just to get the shot. But just knowing that they had to do this shot from above and be able to capture it, man, it's so impressive. I love it. And that's so cool. I really like this a lot. And I love this right here where it just leaves them sitting on the chairs. Man, that's such a cool... That right there is a great... Coming from the photographer's point of view, that was a great shot right there. Like, you know, these are the kind of shots that photographers live for, you know, where you can get them all... They're all color coordinated. They're, you know, they're right. They're lined up together. They're all in shot. There's so much about this shot that I love. I love the fact that, you know, you have the mansion in the background. You have the fact that they are all, you know, doing their own pose. They're not all just, you know, sitting there with their arms closed, with their arms folded, or like with, you know, like this. They're all doing their own thing, and you know that was choreographed and that was planned out as well. And this is why I always say to you guys, storyboarding is so essential when it comes to making, whether it be music videos or making movies or just making a simple YouTube video. You know, storyboarding is so essential, and that's why I cannot emphasize enough that you're not going to get these great shots on one take. It's not possible. Like, you'd have to be some master, I guess you could say, like, you'd have to be some kind of Jedi master with as a videographer to get these amazing shots in one take. And to be honest with you, like, it's just not going to happen because we're human. But I really like this shot right here. And honestly, man, that's I love the mysterious look of it. You know, you have the mist, the smoke, and they have that look like, yeah, we just did that. Deal with it. We're coming aboard. And I love it so much. It's so amazing just to see how influential these groups can be, because honestly, wow, I loved it. I absolutely loved that shot, that music video so much. But on that note, I will see you in the next video.